Josh Sundquist is a former Paralympic athlete turned motivational speaker. At age 9, Josh was diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer and given only a 50% chance to live. After spending a year on chemotherapy treatments, doctors had to unfortunately amputate Josh's left leg. At age 13, Josh was declared fully cured of his disease, and 3 years later, he decided to take up ski racing. He trained for 6 long years, and in 2006, he was named to the U.S. Paralympic ski team for the 2006 Paralympics in Torino, Italy. A multi-season athlete, Josh is the only person in history to have ever been named to both the U.S. Paralympic ski team and the U.S. amputee soccer team. During his training, Josh created a motto in which he wrote on the tip of his ski. That motto was 1MT, 1MT, which stands for one more thing, one more time. It means doing one more thing than you planned on doing. One more thing than what your job description requires. One more thing than what your competition's willing to do. Because sometimes the difference between success and failure, the difference between first and second, is doing one more thing.
It had been 40 years since someone in my FFA chapter advanced to state in any CDE, so the pressure was definitely on. I studied, I practiced, I even prayed for a win. So when I got titled second in State Ag Sales, I felt very accomplished. Except after the 5th time of getting second in a state CDE. Every time I got second, I asked myself why I couldn't push myself to just do one more thing. Josh Sundquist said, each and every day of our lives, there are going to be bullies that throw us down. There's no question about that. The only question is, not will you fall, but how fast will you get back up? Getting labeled the second placer, I knew I had to go above and beyond to achieve my goal and win the state title. To this day, I have not achieved that goal, and I never will. But I have peace knowing that I chose one more thing. I chose one more time.
Albert Einstein once said, to try not to be a person of success, but a person of value. Let me get everybody to repeat this after me. It's not peer pressure. It's just your turn. Alright. It's your turn to step out and be the person you're meant to be. A model. A model is a representation of a person or thing or a proposed structure. It can also be a system used to follow or imitate. But see, all too often, we don't even allow ourselves to live up to the true definition of a model. And because of that, we fall guilty into settling for a false opinion. Like Josh Sundquist, I pushed the movement of doing one more thing, one more time. And you should too. Think back on this week. Whether or not you took the time to ride a horse for the first time. Whether or not it was your first time at bat at a softball tournament. Whether or not it was your first time going on a blog. You did one more thing, one more time. This week alone, you pushed yourself outside of your own comfort zone. And now, as a role model, it's time for you to pass that experience to someone else. Do one more thing one more time, and don't regret what you do. Here at SOC, you learn to represent, and now the seed is planted in you. And with that seed being planted in you, the seed can only grow. It can only grow. And I know that you and each and every one of you have the goal of being a leader. So take something with you. Notice your worth. Be boldly courageous and walk like the role model you're meant to be. Repeat after me. I will notice my worth. I will be boldly courageous. And I will walk like the role model I'm meant to be. Thank you.
Josh Sundquist serves as an inspiration to us all. He chose to do one more thing, one more time. Sarah, she didn't give up. She never quit. She chose to do one more thing, one more time. And Tony, he taught us that our role models, they continually choose to do one more thing, one more time. Campers, what's something that you've been struggling with lately? Where's an area in your life that you could choose to do one more thing, one more time? Maybe you want to try out for that next competition in FFA or FCCLA. Maybe you could choose to run for an officer position at the end of the year. You could, I don't know, maybe try out for the soccer team if that's something that you've always wanted to do. Whatever it is, choose to give it your all. Choose to be an inspiration to others and be the reason that they always continue to push themselves further. Choose to do one more thing, one more time.